Hello everyone and welcome to Nintendo Lounge. I'm Scott. Joining me, guess who it is?
Oh boy, it's Jim. It's not that exciting at all, but yeah, it's me. Hello.
So Smash Bros got announced the other day. That happened. Can't believe it happened. I wanted it to happen, but it was like, just the hope when you think something's too good to be true.
Yeah.
Like it won't happen, but I want it to happen, and then it did happen.
I was very much like, it's not gonna happen. Like it's not to that point yet. I really didn't think it would actually happen. But yeah, no, it kind of did. Yeah. So I guess today we're gonna kind of talk about, like what our kind of theories are about what the game actually is, whether it's a port or whether it's a new game or what's going to be in it, the characters, yeah. We'll just kind of have a bit of a chat about it, have a long chat about it, just no structure, just kind of talk about it,
And I think we should start with what started it off, the Inklings that come in Smash.
Yeah, boy.
That's something I'd wanted forever since the original Splatoon. I was like, if these are the new Nintendo IP characters, you gotta have them in Smash Bros.
Yeah,
but it never came on Wii U.
It's like a long initiation into Smash Brothers. Like you gotta at least have 2 games up your sleeve before you get into it. So they finally did it, and they're like, yeah, okay, you're in. So that's kind of cool, yeah.
Exactly, and I'm liking the possibilities for their moveset. It's pretty wild. You got the good old Splatter Shotter, whatever it was called. I can't remember.
Splatter Shot.
Yeah, Splatter Shot is like a normal attack. That'd be pretty cool. And then also during the trailer, the little tank at the back got less and less. So I'm thinking, oh, that maybe play a part in it? Where like you only have so much shots, and then you have to maybe go in the ink to recharge.
Yeah.
Maybe you can go in the ink, like come around the back of someone, come back up.
Yeah, not sure how that would work, but yeah, sure. Like I think they could do some interesting mechanics using it and make an actual like interesting and thought out character, as opposed to just being like, put them in there and they can shoot people and then they can be a squid if they want to, but like actually like making an interesting gameplay mechanic out of it.
Exactly. And also I'm looking forward to see what stage from Splatoon they put in. I
think they're going to put something like iconic, like either you do Inkopolis Square or maybe that and you do Kelp Dome or something like that, like the iconic levels. That's what
actually,
I think.
I quite like the idea of Inkopolis Square. That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you just have like Pearl Marina, Squid Sisters in the background.
Yeah, just like performing, like you have 2 different versions, like, well, or like just one map that transitions from nighttime to daytime, and it goes to the nighttime where they're like doing performance, there's lights everywhere, and then it goes to daytime and everyone's just wandering around. So yeah.
It's sort of like the Animal Crossing, where like if you do it on like, I think it's Friday after 7 PM, you have KK Slider just rocking out, playing his music. Where if you play it like during the daytime, it'll just be day. Oh my god, I'm looking forward to this. Also, while we're on the topic of Splatoon, assist trophies. Might see some Splatoon characters as assist trophies.
Oh yeah.
Maybe, I reckon the Squid Sisters probably.
Yeah, that might make more sense, because it looks like they're taking from the first game, because I guess those characters are a bit more iconic and a bit more standout-ish, so they've taken the orange and blue girl and boy from the first games as your characters, so that kind of makes sense. So yeah, you might see some Squid Sisters, whatever.
Some
so,
Squid
yeah.
Scissors?
Yeah, Squid
Lovely.
Scissors.
So, Jim, let me know, what is your history, your experience with the Smash Brothers franchise? Are you a massive fan of it, or have you only like sort of dabbled in the series?
I wouldn't say I'm a massive fan of it. I think it's fun. I love it. But yeah, my history of it, first one I played was the one on the N64. So that's literally where it starts. N64. Then my friend had a GameCube. We played a lot of Melee. Brawl was one I touched a little bit, and then with the Smash Brothers 4, I got it on the 3DS. Had fun with it. Didn't play it a whole lot. And then I didn't own a Wii U, so I couldn't play the other one. But I played it at friends' places whenever they had it around, and it was like a party on. People would, get together and play it. So, yeah, no, I've dabbled in it, but most of my experience comes from Melee and the 64 version. So, yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's my history.
Right. So my history, I went to my dad's friend's house, and his son had a GameCube. So they were playing some games, and then they put in Smash Brothers. I was like, oh, can I play? As a little young boy. So I get the controller, and I had no idea what I was doing. I was just mashing all the buttons, in hope that I'd do good. And I actually won a match, which was kind of surprising. But I got really like invested into it. I was like, wow, this is actually really cool. Look at all these Nintendo characters in one place. Wow, this is amazing. And then I heard about a new Smash Brothers game coming out, Smash Brothers Brawl. I was like, what's this? So I did some research online, and I found out there was a website called the Smash Bros Dojo, which was like the official website where all the new information was being released.
Okay.
And I got to the point I was so excited for this game. I was checking the site every single day to see what the latest news was. And then one day, our internet was down. I was like, no, I can't look at it. So I knocked on my neighbor's door. I was like, can I use your internet quickly, please? And I went on the computer, and I saw Sonic the Hedgehog has been announced for Smash Bros. Brawl.
Oh no, and you
And I was like,
got too
oh my gosh!
Oh my god, that's so funny.
And then Smash Bros. Brawl was also the first game ever pre-ordered as well. And then it got delayed.
Of
Which
course.
is a bit of a shame. But then the game came out. I played it to death. The story mode in the game. A lot of people love it. A lot of people are like, eh. I absolutely loved it. The final boss is something. It was one of the most difficult bosses I've ever had to do when I was younger.
Damn.
Yeah, Smash Bros. Brawl. While a lot of people aren't too fond of that one, I loved it so much.
I think they're all. I think they're all fine. I think they all had different gameplay styles. The 64 version's very dated, but like the rest of them, they do what they intend to do, so they work.
And then with Smash 4, I got that for Wii U and 3DS, and I even competed in a Smash Brothers tournament, in which I only won one match.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, how much did you win? Also, to add on to it as well, I remember Super Smash Flash.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, that was also a part of like the history there. But yeah, no, I feel like you asked me that specifically because you were like, I know he doesn't have much history. I just want to talk about my history.
Shut up, man. So Smash Bros. 4, in my opinion, was a perfect game. So that's sort of a reason why when it first got announced, and before it was announced, I was convinced that they would just port Smash Bros. 4 to the Switch, because there was already a heap of characters, a heap of stages, so many music tracks, so many trophies. I was sort of like, they don't really need to make a new game. It's well, how can they build upon this? How can they make this better? I don't know. The only reason I could see of them improving on it was porting the game over, bringing the assets on the 3DS, the Wii U version together, rework it a little bit, add some new content in, and then release that. I was like, that's the perfect idea. But then Jimmy's like, no, this is a new game. Would you like to go over that, Jimmy?
Okay. So I can't remember exactly how I came to the conclusion, but I just think it was basically the marketing behind it. Just immediately, to me, it screamed new game. Because everything they've announced so far that's been a port, it's been straight from the get-go, you know it's a port. And I understand this is a teaser trailer, but for you to tease a game and then later down the track, you say, oh, it's a port, you either disappoint some people, or you either get people going like, oh, I expected this, but why didn't they say this earlier, yada yada yada. You kind of get a bit of a confused crowd, which is obviously what's happening because people are still confused. But of course, when it's revealed maybe at E3, I feel like they're going to highlight at E3. When it's revealed that it's obviously a new game, people are going to be like, oh, that makes sense. Like, and they're going to show it off and it's going to make sense. Again, I'm not going to completely rule out the fact that it might be a port. There's still a possibility, but it's weird that they wouldn't state that. And also, they've actually had a long time to develop it as well, which is like one of the big things, I think. They've had a lot of time to put it together and make something, and they've already got an engine built for it. Obviously, they switched engines between 64, Melee, Brawl, and the Wii U version. They had to do a different engine for each of those versions because there's such a vast difference between those versions. The Wii U and the Switch have very similar hardware, so you don't necessarily need to build an entirely new engine. You can base it off that engine but still make a new game, much like Splatoon and Splatoon 2. Splatoon 2, you could actually see that and think it's a port, but it's not. It's still a sequel.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's
exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say, while you convinced me that it's not going to be a straight up port, I feel like it's going to be a sequel in the same sense how Splatoon 2 was a sequel.
That's
how
what
it's
I
very
think
similar, but it's still got new stuff.
It's going to look like Smash 4. It's probably going to be... The graphics are probably going to be improved a little bit, but it's going to look the same in a lot of aspects. And I feel like they'll probably carry over lots of stages, but it's not going to be a straight up port, like take it over, straight port it, and then add some things. It's still going to be built from the ground up, I think. Just using the engine and using aspects from Smash 4 to help build it up a little bit more as well. But yeah, I just think it is, from logo design, from the marketing, and also one thing as well is that I think it's a waste of opportunity to make it a port, because really the way I see it in the marketing scheme of it is that if you were to port the Wii U version, you'd have to call it Smash Brothers for the Nintendo Switch. You can't call it for the Wii U Deluxe. Like, it doesn't make sense. You'd have to call it for the Switch. And from a marketing standpoint, that completely rids of you of the opportunity to make a brand new game for the Switch, because you're going to confuse audiences. You're going to make Smash Brothers for the Nintendo Switch, and it'll be a port, and then later down the track, it's like, well, now we can't make a brand new one and give a full final, like, hurrah for Smash and do a final Switch brand new game later down the track, because we've already got this Super Smash Bros. for Nintendo Switch already made, so what are we going to do now? So I think it just makes sense. They're going to take this opportunity to make a game for the Switch, a Smash game. It's going to bring assets, it's going to bring the engine, everything like that, but it's still going to be classified as a new game, an actual sequel. But yeah, I guess, do you have anything else to say on that aspect? Because after, I think we should talk about kind of what we like really expect from like what this game's going to be in terms of like either more characters or less characters or stages or whatever it may be. Do you have anything else to say about the whether it's a port or a new game or whatever that is?
I'll just say, even though I'm no longer convinced it'll be a port, I somewhat disagree with your statement of saying how they'd release like a enhanced port of it and then decide later down the track, oh wait, we can't really make a new one. Because I feel like, I don't think they'd need to do that anyway, because they could just add new DLC, sort of like similar to what Splatoon 2 is doing. They're extending the life out through DLC and stuff like that.
I know, but yeah. I would prefer them make a new game, and I would prefer if this is what's the guy who made it? What's his name?
Sakurai.
If this is his last one, because he said the last one was the last one he was doing.
He said that in Brawl as well.
I know, but I feel like the Switch is like their kind of big, like their big comeback console.
Their big boy
and
console.
it's gonna have a long lifespan. I feel like you'd probably want the last Smash by Sakurai to be on here, and for it to be a new game, if that makes sense. I don't know. And I don't know. It'd be weird to make it a port. I just think it'd be weird at this point. Like they haven't said it's a port, so it's, I don't know.
All right, fair enough.
That's how
Let's
I feel.
talk about some modes, shall we?
Okay.
In Smash Bros. Brawl, we had Subspace Emissary, which brought all the Smash Bros. Characters together in a story mode with cutscenes, bosses. It was so much fun. You had like bosses such as like Rayquaza. You had the Peony the Piranha Plant, whatever her name was. So good. Did you ever play Subspace Emissary?
Played a bit of it, but I didn't get really through it. Because it was like, I just want to play against people. Well, not really like against computers, so I didn't really. I got like through a couple of stages. That's about it.
But I feel like it'll be pretty cool to see a new Subspace Emissary,
new
story mode.
Absolutely.
See how all these characters interact with each other now that we've got more characters from Brawl. See more of third-party characters in the story mode. It was a great moment in Subspace Emissary and Brawl where Solid Snake's trying to help Princess Zelda and Princess Peach escape from a ship. It was a beautiful moment. But yeah, I hope they like refine the gameplay of it, because it got a bit samey and mediocre after a while. But it was like the cutscenes that kept me going. So if they improve the gameplay of it, I feel like it'd be pretty cool.
Just want to ask, do you think this new one will have more or less characters than last Smash?
Now, I was kind of in the mindset that they'll probably have a bit less characters at first.
Okay.
And then I went through all the Smash Bros characters with my mates last night. We were having like a chat about it. I feel like there'll be either the same amount and have a few people replaced, or a bit more. That's my opinion. How about yourself?
I'm of the mindset that they're gonna have a lot less, like a lot less, because I have this just mindset of simplifying and refining things, and I think if you want a last great installment of Smash, you wipe away all the clone characters, or at least refine those characters and make them stand out. Because like you've got Dark Pit, you've got Ganondorf, who's a complete clone of Captain Falcon or something like that, and then you have Dr. Mario, and I know he's got some uniqueness, but like these are characters that are just there to fill it up a little bit, and also there are some characters that are a bit dated with their movesets and their designs and all that sort of stuff, and I think it makes more sense to just kind of wipe the slate clean and decide what are the characters that define Nintendo and what characters will stand out as unique, interesting characters. So get rid of your stupid Wii Fit Trainer.
Ooh.
Like, no one cares. Get rid of...
I don't think so there. I think the Wii Fit Trainer is sort of like a big like thing in Nintendo's history, because it was so successful. Similar to how you got Game & Watch, Rob, who were like big Nintendo moments. I feel the Wii Fit Trainer is also one of those.
But I think, at the same time, I just think there is too many characters at some points, and there's a chance for them to actually just be like, okay, what characters are necessary? What characters can we change? I think with Link, I feel like they're not going to have Toon Link anymore. Like, I don't want them to have Toon Link anymore.
I feel the same there.
I don't think Toon Link, they're not going to have the Twilight Princess Link. It's just going to be Breath of the Wild Link. And maybe with different costume options. So, like, you'll have, like, the Tunic of Time from the game and stuff like that. So you have the options to play as your beloved characters. But it's going to be one Link. And stuff like that as well. Like, just getting rid of just a lot of bulk from it, just to get rid of some of the characters that feel like they are kind of rehashes or characters that people don't really play that much, and at least having maybe like 2 characters from certain series, because with Fire Emblem, what have they got, like 4 or 5 characters from that game? Like, I can't remember, but they've got a bit too much characters, I think, for Fire Emblem. Like, sticking to like 2 key characters from a whatever, go for it. And yeah, that's what I think. I think they just need to kind of refine it, simplify it a little bit, as opposed to just being like, here's more characters. I feel like more isn't better, bigger isn't better, sort of thing. I don't know. That's just kind of my feel on it.
So that was Jimmy's opinion.
Yeah, you're like more.
I feel
Knuckles.
If this truly is exactly Knuckles. If this truly is the last Smash Brothers, you want to go all out. You've already refined all these characters since Smash Bros. 64, like the veterans and such like that. I feel like they're going to add new characters into the game. Maybe get rid of a lot of the clones, such as Dark Pit. Get rid of Dark Pit.
Who likes Lucario? Like, no one. Get rid of
Dr.
Greninja.
Mario. Dr. Mario, gone, definitely. Ganondorf, I think is going to be reworked. Make him less like Captain Falcon. Make him original. Make him unique. Gone with Toon Link. Link, as you said, I agree there. However, with all the other characters, I feel like most of them are going to stay the same, because Smash Bros. 4 was already amazing in terms of its balancing and stuff like that, apart from Bayonetta, which probably balanced.
I agree.
However, with your comment about saying 2 characters per franchise, not sure about that because
Oh
technically
no, with
Mario
Mario
has 8
no,
characters.
no. With Mario, that makes sense. Mario's their like key character, and there's so many characters that are like very iconic characters in that series. So I feel like that makes sense. But like, who's Ike? Who's Robin? Like, I don't know. Just have like 2 characters from your Fire Emblems. Like that's just use those. I don't know. Like I'm of this like kind of weird opinion, but yeah, I don't know. See, I don't know.
He doesn't know. But Fire Emblem, because it's gained so much popularity, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a few Fire Emblem characters. Maybe Robin and Lucina and all those sort of ones. Corrin, they might be gone. I feel like Marth and Ike are definitely staying because they're sort of like...
because those ones, like when I see Marth, I'm like, oh, Fire Emblem, like yeah, just have Marth, just have Marth and like Lucina or something like that. I don't know, I don't know. See,
but I also
who's Roy, by the way?
Roy is from an old Fire Emblem game, but he made his appearance in Smash Bros. Melee.
Yeah, and that.
And then they got rid of him in Brawl, and then for Wii U, everyone wanted him back for some reason, and then they added him as DLC.
Get rid of him.
You don't want him? You don't want him anymore?
No, get rid of Roy. I don't like Roy.
And also, while we're talking about characters, Pokemon characters, I feel like they're going to keep the mainstays such as Pikachu, Jigglypuff.
No, yeah, but get rid of Lucario and get rid of Greninja. No, I don't care.
I feel like Lucario and Mewtwo are going to stay because they're very popular. Greninja, I think, is gone. Probably going to be replaced.
I think Greninja will be gone at the very least because
replaced with a new gen Pokemon, either from Sun and Moon, or from the upcoming Pokemon game, if it gets announced in time.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I doubt that, but still, yeah. They probably want to. They probably want to have new characters from new things, but then DLCs are things. So yeah.
Exactly. Now, while we're talking about characters, and we're talking about characters who should be gone and stuff like that, is there any characters are you hoping for?
Characters I'm hoping for?
Yes.
Oh god.
Any characters you like to see?
Even third-party ones.
Within the realm of
within the realm that makes sense. Everyone's saying Crash, and I don't think Crash will be in it. Just saying. I honestly really don't know. I need to actually look at what are games that are coming out on the Switch that are third party that have characters that could work on it. Honestly, I'm trying to think right now.
For me,
what do you think?
I'm not too fussed about third party. This is a Nintendo game.
Okay,
there's only 5 third party characters anyway. So if there was a third party, I'd say the Rabbids, to be honest.
Actually, no. That's perfect. That's actually perfect, dude. That makes sense. I think that's good. That's a good one, yeah.
And have different costumes of Mario Rabbid, Luigi Rabbid, Peach Rabbid.
Yep. That's actually good. That makes sense because of just the monumental thing that was that game. Ubisoft and Nintendo working together. Nintendo allowing them to make a big Mario game, and Nintendo's kind of not that involved in it. It's a Ubisoft game at the end of the day. So I think having Rabbids in makes sense. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Yeah, nah, absolutely.
But for my first party pick, one of my big hopes is that we're going to get an ARMS character. Because I love ARMS, it's such a fun game. Also a fighting game, so it makes sense to have them in Smash 4. So you just have to take over some of their, because they've got the movesets of a fighting game. Being able to punch across the stage seems pretty cool. And then also you've got the possibility of if you're punching and you miss, the person has a chance to come in, hit you before your arm retracts.
Yeah, no, I like that as well, yeah.
Other things people are hoping for is a good online mode, because Smash Bros. Has never had good online, especially Brawl. That was terrible days back then. Smash 4, it was alright at best, pretty bad at worst. Hopefully with the new online Switch, the Switch Online service, hopefully they can make it competent.
I think that's the biggest dart in the world. That's another thing as well as to why I think it makes sense to make this a new game, because you can completely refine how the online system works and make it much better than what was in previous games. So yeah, Like, make it better. Make this the tentpole, like, Nintendo Switch online game, the one that everyone's playing. Like, that's what they're probably going to aim to do. That makes sense to me. So yeah, they'd have to be a modern console and a modern game that everyone's playing. You have to have good online. Like, you have to. So yes, online.
And one more thing which I think is going to get taken out of this new Smash Bros. Are the Mii characters. Or they're going to be reworked in a very big way, because in the Mii characters you have the option of like choosing your Miis from your Mii channel.
It's very complex.
Then you have all the costumes and such like that. With the Switch, the only Mii maker is in your profile.
Yeah, so
and that's pretty much it.
It's going to be difficult to... Yeah, no,
so either there'd be a Mii maker inside of Smash, or there'll be preset made ones.
I mean, well, you can still import all your Miis into Mario Kart 8, so I think it would just use that.
You just have to make like heaps of profiles.
Do you have
so you
to?
Well, if you wanted different unique Mii characters.
Miis. I think you can just make Miis.
I don't think so, but sure, why not?
I think so. I don't know. No, because I've got two Miis on my account. I've got a gym Mii, so like a regular Mii, and I've got a Nalbus Mii, which is like red hair and little dot eyes. And I've only got 2 accounts, mine and Sav's. So you can make more Miis.
Oh, wow, I did not know this.
I've made multiple Miis, so confirmed.
Alright, confirmed by Jim.
So the Mii thing could work, but again, yeah, I liked it in the 3DS one. Actually, like, I use Miis a lot in that game because of the like customized, like you can customize them really well, and so I actually quite liked it. Maybe if they like make sure it's well balanced, which I don't know how balanced it was, but like, yeah, just allowing people to put any character they want by making a cool Mii, like. Sure, that's cool. I still think that's a good feature. So I don't think I'll get rid of it completely, but I think they'll change it a little bit. That's that.
So this year it's going to be a very interesting year. We've got Metroid Prime 4 going to be shown off, hopefully at E3. We're going to have Smash Bros at E3. What a wild time to be alive.
Nice. Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking forward to seeing what else gets announced to this Smash game. What surprises Sakurai has in store for us. I'm very excited. And I don't know what else to say really. How about yourself?
Yeah. My last thing is on the characters as well, and then we'll kind of end it. I think that all the characters are going to have modern redesigns. So I think that the Samus design is going to match the new Metroid. I think Mario is going to be slightly fixed up to match more of what Odyssey gives us, given Cappy abilities. Same with Link. Peach is going to look a little bit different because Peach looks different in Mario Odyssey. So I think they're going to update all the character designs to fit the current modern look of them, so it's more consistent. And that's about it with characters. So yeah, no, I'm excited. I didn't look excited in my reaction, I know, but I genuinely do like me some Smash, and I am excited. So cool. Good times.
Cool bananas. So
can't wait
let
for
us know
E3.
in the comments below what your hopes and dreams are for Smash. What characters you'd like to see. If you could actually Shrek, if you'd like to see SpongeBob. Sakurai actually mentioned about that, how heaps of people asked for SpongeBob SquarePants, and he was like, yeah, sorry, that's not going to happen. But let me know what you want to see in the game. We'll be sure to have a read and respond. And until the next time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Please subscribe.